How's it going, everybody? This is part 3 on how to make a Mandalorian helmet. So all I'm gonna do is put primer on this thing, and then also put the visor on it, and that's it. I'm done with it. But first thing off, I'm gonna primer it, and so I sand it down a little bit so that the primer can stick. And now I'm gonna put a light coat on it. So when you put a light coat, it's gonna dry faster, and I'm gonna do multiple coats. I think I do about 5, just me being safe. But yeah. So the primer I'm using is Rustonium. It's about $5, $4 I think at Walmart. But when I'm doing this, I should have took this off, but I didn't. So I'm gonna leave it on for a little bit. And all I'm doing is moving it so that the paint doesn't dry and it gets stuck in that one position. So right now I'm just moving it so I can get it in different spots and different angles. And then this is the 4th time I'm actually putting another coat or primer on it. But now you can see how it's getting more grayish. Alright guys, so if you remember in part 2, I said use water to make it smooth as possible with the glocking to fill up the seams and stuff like that. Well, this is what happens when you don't do it correctly. So you can see the lines. I didn't smooth it out as much as I should have, but I'm gonna have to sand it down. I'm gonna use sandpaper 220, and it shouldn't take too long, but it's still an extra step that I gotta do. And now I'm gonna sand it by hand to get inside those places I can't get with the sander. And because I sanded it down a little bit, and now I gotta paint it again. So another coat, actually probably 3 or 4 more coats. And since I got the antenna off, I'm actually gonna paint that since I can hold it better and I can twist it to get those angles. I can't really get it when it's on a helmet. So for the visor, I'm going to be using this safety shield to get a pack at 4 at Sam's. And then I'm also going to be using this translucent spray paint you can get at AutoZone. So what I'm going to do is actually trace it, which I actually did already. And I'm going to put it on the visor itself. So all I'm going to do is cut out the paper on the visor so it would be easier. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, boom. So that's how it looks. It's not too bad. Now I'm gonna take out these spacers I had holding the helmet together. All I'm gonna do is actually cut them at the ends right here, and it's not gonna take me too long. As you can see, it held its shape pretty well. Now I gotta do is put the visor in. And all I'm gonna do is actually just put a drop of hot glue at various places. So top, bottom, side to side, so on. Now that the visor is in, I'm just going to slip the antenna back in. And all it is just a slide in. And that's it. It looks pretty good. The antenna slides down as if you want it. And it slides back up. Yeah. Can't complain. It looks pretty well. Alright guys, so the first visor that I used didn't work out. I shot it with 2.5 BBs from 5 feet away, and as you can see, it went straight through. So
that idea is crap. It's good for just a little cosplay helmet or Halloween costume, but not for airsoft. So what I ended up doing was going to Home Depot and actually getting a welder's mask for about $30. It's not too much, not too bad, and I started using that because it's a thicker piece, and I used it before and it held up for airsoft. So hopefully this works.
Okay, so just like the face shield, I'm gonna do the same thing. Trace the template onto the mask. And what I did, I drew the template from the helmet and then I added 1/2 inch so that give me some room to actually apply the glue onto the helmet. But after this, all I'm gonna do is heat it up so I can bend it a little bit and give it more of a fold. And then I'm gonna glue it to the mask. Oh, by the way, I went to AutoZone to get window tint and apply it to this like how it is right here and then cut it out. Yeah, so this is how it looks right here. Not too bad. You can see my mistakes. You can also see why I shot the helmet. But the antenna actually folds down and I attach, with some tape right now because he's actually gonna drive this home. Yeah, he's gonna use it as a motorcycle helmet too.